Hey guys, we love Q&As on Instagram, and when we ask you, what are your burning questions? What do you want to know about us, about spaces, about our clients, and really anything and everything. And we love doing Q&As because it's so fun to see the hundreds of questions that come in. And we kind of want to do something different today, where we wanted to shoot a video and kind of more have a conversation, because there really isn't one right way all the time. So it's kind of nice to have these questions. So we gathered, I think we got like 300-400 last week, and so we are now going to be going over them.
Let's answer all your questions.
So first question was, where should I keep food in a small apartment? Where should you?
Okay, so what comes to mind is exposed shelving. You don't want to take up prime real estate, or you want to expand your storage. Get great floating or mounted decorative shelves. Decant your snacks into pretty jars. It will literally be
a moment. I knew you were going to say that. A moment.
It's often used.
Yeah.
A moment. But
and
for real.
And I love it too, where, I mean, we're in small spaces all the time. And you just get creative, like put your pantry in a drawer, or really think about like what your lifestyle is like. Do you have kids? Do you not have kids? Do you cook? Do you not cook? I mean, it's so important into designing like where you're placing everything in your space, but you just got to get creative and like really maximize the vertical space, put like items together, whether it's in the cabinet or the drawer, and just kind of take your space and really create that for yourself, and know that like small spaces are great. You know, you can really create something pretty magical in those spaces.
Oh yeah, I think that like people are often feel like they need to put their plates and their dishes in their cabinets, but that,
have fun with it.
Keep that for your food. Expose the dishes. That's like
you can
choose
really
either. You really can.
There's no right answer there.
No.
So the question is, do you tell clients to stock up on pantry items before organizing? We absolutely, like, every time ask them, because it's so important to see what they eat and what their family eats and what they need. And it's not necessary, but it definitely helps. And if not, we just gauge, you know, knowing that there's empty categories where they like want to have them, or we ask, you know, so we really get to know them in our consults. But for anything, it's so important to be overly prepared and say like, stock up what you normally do, and then have us come in so we can really kind of at your max create that for you.
Totally. You have to be realistic, and if you know they're low on their food, it's like the system might not work because we don't have everything that they always have. So it's like get everything you have, like even like more than, so we can really like set you up for success long term. Like sure, it'll look really pretty with like 6 cans, but like 4 bags of chips, but like is that what you always have, or no? Is there always like 7,000 bars? Because if you don't have that at that
7,000 bars.
7,000 at all times. So that really will create a successful longevity in your system.
Agreed. So the question was, is there a science to organizing the pantry and fridge? And I say yes. There's the Life in General science. It's so important. We cannot stress this enough. For if you're going to DIY and do this at home, or if maybe you can't hire us or you live in a different state, and it's so important to contain everything by category and how you know, what you're eating and what you need. And if you love to bake all day, every day, that should be front and center, prime real estate. And if you never bake, it should really go higher or farther in the pantry, depending on if you have a reach-in or a drawer, or anything really. So I just think it really is. Everything's, you know, containment and labeling and like items.
I mean, if we're going with like science, then there's this equation.
Oh,
and at the end of this equation,
tell us.
At the end of this equation, you want to have like more time? You know, like this plus this.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Ready for that?
Subject, but at the end of the day, you want to have more time on your hands. So that's really what it is. That the containment and the labeling and the sorting is really leading to. Is you're earning your time back.
Exactly. I love that. And you're in your pantry every day, and you want to have fun with your meals and enjoy time with your family. So like take the stress out of it by like creating that system, which is so important. So I love that. So the question was, where do we get all of our containers? We obviously love the Container Store, but we use Target and Amazon and Bed Bath & Beyond, and we love IKEA. We also love using glass as much as possible, but some of our clients prefer certain looks or aesthetics. And then on the glass, we use I love a good chalk paint marker. What's it called? Yeah.
Chalk pen.
Chalk pen, there you go.
Yeah.
To handwrite on the jars. It makes for a very chic, moment. We're so annoying. But yeah, so there's tons of places that have great containment containers, and I think the biggest thing is what works for you. What's your budget? What's your aesthetic? We really try to reuse everything you have, so it can save money in the end. But ultimately, it's what you need in that space.
Yeah, I will say I'm very close with the staff at Container, and they're amazing.
Yeah. So the question was how to organize a crazy amount of spices. I love a spice drawer. If you have a drawer that's open, put it in there. You can always, in the next level, decant the spices into those beautiful glass jars that you can get online or really anywhere. But it's so beautiful to have in a drawer all lined up. And then everyone always asks, what do you do with the leftovers? You can have a backstock area in your pantry or elsewhere. So you have that moment with the drawer, and it's great because you can access it all the time, but then you have backstock when you need it.
I mean, as obsessed as we are with the drawer, maybe if you can only fit 20 in there, put the 20 most used, and then on a shelf above, nearby, get a cute bin, put the rest in there.
And then, do you color code or alphabetize?
I like color coded.
Me too.
Because my eye is drawn to spice by the color. Not like C, C, C.
Totally. But some people love alphabetical, so they can find it. So it's really what works for you. And every single person has a different preference, and things change. And so just really have fun with it.
Spice it up,
Spice up your life. So the question was how to organize large appliances, KitchenAids, food processors, blenders. It reminded me of the time that the client put the KitchenAid on top. They wanted it up on top of the pantry, and we would never do that. But they had asked for it, and the husband was really tall, but it's too heavy. So we are big proponents of putting things really low that are heavy, whether it's in the pantry or in drawers or cabinets, and then the appliance pieces in a bin next to it. So it stays together and it's not on a loose shelf.
Totally. Definitely heavy appliances low. I think if there's one, we love a clear counter. So if there's one or two that you're obsessed with, hopefully it's chic. You can make your Cuisinart color pop in the kitchen. So keep that one out if you're baking all the time. And that'll save you a little space.
That was a good point. Clear countertops are a must, but if you're using something every day, it's okay. Just find a zone for it.
Totally.
So the question was how to best organize inside a fridge. Containment. Yeah, just getting pantry bins and putting like items together. Meals by lunchtime, and then obviously the drawers, put your cheeses and fruits and vegetables in another. And we actually go the extra mile, and then we write on the the drawers of it. So then you can say this is where the fruits go, this is where the vegetables go. So.
And I mean, when you're getting all this fresh produce every day or every week, having a bin to if it goes in a drawer, that's amazing, but also into another clear bin, and then the colors becomes part of the scheme. You're opening the fridge and you're excited about the colors. I love when you have a colorful fridge,
Totally, and you see everything, so you eat it, and you're not wasting money on
wasting
food going to waste. You really, it's a process too, just like any other space. So I think the biggest thing is containment and labeling, even in the pantry or in the fridge.
Yeah, people say
and freezer too.
Oh yeah, things get lost in the back. That's the thing we hear all the time.
It's no more.
No.
Put a bin, label it, and call it a day. The next question was what to do with a pantry that has wire shelving. So they do sell liners, so you can put them on, but also just use bins. So put bins on top of the shelves and then label and contain.
Bins on top of bins on top of bins. On top of shelves.
Works every time.
That's it, it's perfect.
That's it. So the question was, how do you store supplements and pills?
I would say I personally decant my protein powder into a jar, and I do live in a smaller apartment in West Hollywood, so I have the jar on top of the fridge, but it's creates more space. It's really pretty to look at. I have it next to like the one with my coffee in it, and then any of my supplements and vitamins I have on like a spinner in one of the shelves.
And do you put what they are? Is it by like morning and night, or is it your routine, or?
Yeah, so on the fridge it's just the protein powder, so that's like if I work out, depending on when I work out, and then my vitamins are divided as of recently into little packets.
I was just gonna say, so my favorite is if you take medicine or vitamins every day forever, they have clear little packets that you can take and create. So do it once, you create like little packets, and they're like grab and go every morning, and it's pretty amazing. So everyone's like, that takes so long, and I'm like, it really doesn't, because it saves you so much time every morning. You do it once, it takes like 15 minutes for the month, and then you have these little cute packets.
Sad.
You can even label them if you want with your name on it.
Take and create.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We love talking about pantries and kitchens and all your questions. So hope you feel inspired, and everything you need to know, I hope you implement it in your life.
Yes, go organize your pantry.